got to remember to look here, too. Hey, what's up? It's your boy, Hyjinx. We are here at the House of Hyjinx podcast with my bro, Esau, Hamadanyan.
Hey, yo. Woo. It's good to be here.
Hanging out in the studio again, doing our thing, man. Thank you for coming through, man.
Yeah.
Always appreciate you coming through.
No, thank you. This is, it's nice to be in the studio. This is a great space.
Yeah, it's cool. We got a nice little vibe going and everything. So, nice little music playing in the background. Mm-hmm. Some little hip-hop vibes going. I'm going to smoke because, that's the good thing about having your own studio. These are things you can do.
Yeah, I got a drug test coming up, so yeah. I'm painfully sober, but hopefully...
I'll try to keep the smoke over here on this side.
No, I should be all right, unfortunately, but yeah.
We'll have to put a wall in between us. So how you been, man?
Good. I mean, good now, yeah, I don't even want to say that much. We're here now. It's a better space. How you doing? Yeah, it was great to recount some stories with you last time. I've learned so much.
And it was I can't wait to see some more clips.
Yes.
And get so people can get a glimpse.
Oh yeah.
Inside of the mind of Hyjinx.
Yeah, I hope you don't mind that one. I was like, oh, that thing I put up was kind of a wild, hilarious, out of context clip.
It was a good clip though.
Oh yeah, hold on. We get hit with an ad on our YouTube.
Oh yeah, we got the ad.
That's my fault. Yeah, it was. Yeah, you liked the clip? It was a very funny clip.
Yeah, I liked it. Yeah. I thought it was well thought out, well put together. It was a good story.
Yes.
I haven't got to tell that story in like a couple years, so to actually tell the story and relive it,
yeah,
was like wow.
Yeah, being in Utah, yeah, college Hyjinx. Purely, yeah, your life has a lot of hijinks for sure.
That's why. Well, that's the name.
Yeah,
hijinks.
yeah.
It kind of fits. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, yeah.
It's not just a name; it's a lifestyle.
Right.
So if you're gonna do it, you know what I'm saying, do it.
Right. I mean, it's interesting because I met you like 3 years ago, but it's like, I guess your comedy has a lot of the hijinks in it. But nowadays, you're very strong, steady, consistent. Right.
That's right.
I mean, you're still doing crazy stuff, actually, now that I think about it.
Yeah, just more. I'm older, so the crazy shit I do got to be, like the craziest thing I do is cross the street when it's red and take a chance of dying.
Right.
That's the biggest risky thing I'm doing.
It's a different level. Yeah, leaving your 4 kids behind.
Yeah, so.
And your wife.
Yeah, so that's probably the hardest thing. So I try not to do that dangerous shit.
Yeah.
Otherwise, I don't do none of the things I did as a kid. I think if I did half the shit I did when I was growing up, like, I mean, we were just talking about that earlier.
Right.
How, and I've said this, if we would have had the internet like we have now when I was, dude, we wouldn't be here talking.
Right, yeah. You get caught so fast.
So fast. Because I'm the dumbass that would record it. Watch, man, I'm about to get 20 million views. No, you about to get 20 to life, nigga. That's what you about to get. That's what you about to get. So I'm glad we didn't have the internet growing up. I think if I would have had the internet, man, like, I would have.
Yeah, you would have had a YouTube channel about how to steal jerseys from the mall and resell them in the Vegas streets. Yeah.
Right. I would have had. You would have saw me on Love After Lockup if we would have had the internet. Did I just now be getting out and shit? Like, yo, man.
Yeah. No, I'm glad you're with us.
Yeah. I've been known as the viral sensation that did 20 years.
Oh, yeah. No, born at the right time.
Right.
Born at the right time.
Judge would have gave me a year for every view.
That would be a really good skit.
Yeah, what?
Oh, yeah.
Did you mute me?
The love.
Oh, no, you put your headphones on?
Yeah.
Okay.
Love after lockup.
Love after lockup?
Yeah, you coming out of jail. Like, that is a really good skit.
Okay. We
writing sketches live. It's happening. No, that's a good one.
That'll be a good one. I'll do that.
Yeah.
I think that'll be fun.
Yeah. Is there any particular realm of your life you feel like discussing today? I'm trying to remember
for anything,
the map of it. So, we talked about a little bit of North Carolina, Vegas, Utah.
Yeah. I don't know. We can, whatever, man. I'm with whatever, wherever you want to start at.
I mean, I guess I'm curious, like, so Portland, you and Courtney getting married.
Yep.
Yeah, what was settling into Portland like? I know you were working at music store and then
and Applebee's. I think growing into Portland, it took a minute.
Yeah.
You know, because remember I came from Atlanta.
Right.
So, like I said, I just came from one of the most blackest places in the country to one of the most whitest places in the country. So it took me a minute to get used to it. I ain't gonna lie, for the first maybe 4 or 5 months, I was really going through a little bit of depression because one, I couldn't get a job. Two, I had never seen it rain so fucking much. Like, damn, man, it is still raining outside. I've been here 2 weeks and ain't seen no sunshine.
It's real. Almost everyone I talked to was like, yeah.
Those were the two things that took me to getting used to. So there was just times like when I wasn't working, I was just sitting in the house drinking 6-pack of Mickeys and shit, just trying to get fucked up, you know what I'm saying? Because one, I didn't have no weed at the time because I didn't know nobody out here. And I had no weed man.
No dispensaries at the time.
It wasn't no dispensaries when I moved out here.
Yeah.
It was just, you had to find a weed man. So
yeah.
So that between those two things, it just really took me to a kind of a dark place.
Yeah.
Once I got a job, I felt good again. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Felt more good about what I was doing and the things I was trying to do, but not having a job really put a damper because I was just one of those people that was always used to working.
Yeah.
I'm not a not working type dude. Like I didn't collect unemployment. The first time I ever collected unemployment was the pandemic.
Oh wow! Holy shit, that is wild.
Like really,
You've been working like long-term jobs.
So I've always had a job, you know what I'm saying, or some kind of hustle or something,
Yeah.
There's always something bringing money in. So not having the job when I first moved out here really kind of affected the way I was moving, and it just affected my attitude and everything.
Yeah.
So once I got a job, then I got 2 of them. You know, I'm working 2 jobs. So that's what got me to more normal. I just was like, I got to get used to the white people.
Right.
Like, there's no way around that. And it's not that I've never been around, you know what I'm saying? I grew up in Vegas, white people, North Carolina, white people, you know what I'm saying? But I was just coming from Atlanta to where it was like, you know what I'm saying? I was living at the time, I was living on Georgia Tech campus. Mm-hmm. And we used to hang out over by the towers. The towers was where Morris Brown was, the 2 dorm towers that's where everybody used to hang out at. So that's where I was. I was always over at either Morris Brown or over at Spelman or Morehouse. So we always hung there. So I didn't, it was just black. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that must have been. I mean, I forget that like you are so skilled at being in Oregon. Like I'm still so fish out of water out here. Like I'm not used to it. Like I think people don't realize like how comfortable. I mean, like, just years of working out here.
It just takes time, man. Like I said, when I moved, it was just a culture shock. You know what I'm saying? Like most places I went, it was at least black and white. It was 50-50.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, so I was always like, okay, cool. North Carolina 50-50, Las Vegas 50-50. But when I came out here, it was like 75-25. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like,
yeah, I bet.
Like, so I was just like, I just wasn't used to seeing it like that.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Or us just being in one section of the city.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I knew once I went outside beyond this point, like I wasn't going to, like I see scattered black faces in the crowd.
Right.
So that was just one of the things that took a minute to get used to. But once you get used to it, you know what I'm saying? It's just like, fuck it.
Yeah.
You know? But it took a while. It took me, I'm going to say it took me really.
Yeah, I need to know. I'm taking notes. I need to know. How long does this take?
I mean, August.
Okay. Well, I guess you were like front-facing jobs, like full-time.
Yeah, I mean, between that and this was the first time doing holidays away and not having no
family.
Zero
just
family.
Working the whole,
Right, you know, I don't even remember if I went to my wife's house. Did I spend the first Thanksgiving with y'all out here?
I mean, were you still in your previous relationship?
I was with.
Or that was like that. Well, you landed and you were like, we're not really doing this.
No, when I landed, I was working with. I was still with my oldest son's mother.
Okay.
So but then we kind of just we was in the house together, but we wasn't together.
Yes, yes.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like I know people's like, yeah, right, you living with it. That shit. Nah, man, it wasn't even
Right.
wasn't even that type of
Yeah,
get
no.
down. We just didn't, you know.
Yeah.
Once we got to Portland and she got around her family, it was like I was kind of powerless. There was nothing, there was nothing I could do.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, this is your family. I have
Kicked in the
no.
corner.
Yeah, so.
Yeah.
So once we got here, we just kind of fell off. And at the time when I was trying to find a job, that was the hardest thing. Once I found the job, everything else was good.
Yeah.
I had to find work.
Yeah.
So it just took a minute to find work. And like, yeah.
By November, she was moving or kicking you out. You were with me, so yes, you did spend the holidays with my
First
family.
Thanksgiving, so.
Do you remember how that went?
Actually, no, I do not. I mean, we're still together now,
Yeah,
so
so I guess not that bad. Yeah.
yeah, it went well. You
Yeah.
know what I'm saying? I didn't offend nobody or nobody kicked me out. So,
Right. Yeah. Funny.
so, but yeah, that was probably really the.
And then how? Yeah, I mean, how was it in Portland? Did y'all have like a fun? Was it a whirlwind Portland romance? Were you looking at the cherry blossoms and walking, getting donuts? I don't know what's going on.
I think the thing that was really special about me and my wife's relationship, we were really friends.
Mm-hmm.
Like, we were friends. Like, we loved, still do, love hanging out with each other, doing stuff with each other. I mean, from the first time we were inseparable after our first date.
Yeah.
Which, like I said, it took three to four, almost a month to get that first date because she was just like, you know. But once I got that first date and we went on our first date, we were inseparable. We were together all time after that, you know.
Yeah, so it was just like a full spectrum of life. It wasn't like just romance. It was like doing all.
We did family stuff together. I was, I got to do family functions anytime she was like anything. We were just always together.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? If we wasn't at work, we were together. If we wasn't together, we were on the phone talking.
Yeah.
So it really, after that first date, it was just, we were locked in.
Yeah.
It just clicked.
Is there any traditions from your early days from being here that are still, I don't know, like the arcade, or I don't know, is there any particular things?
Applebee's.
Yeah.
We still, we used to go to the one that we met at.
Right.
Because, that was, but that one closed down about a couple years ago, the one by the Lloyd Center.
Yeah.
That's the one we met at. So we would go there every year to our anniversary, which people thought that was like, thought I was being cheap,
Right.
No, you get people like, oh, you ain't in love. You just going for the 2 for $20. You just trying to get 2 entrees and an appetizer and drinks for $20. You cheap motherfucker, you. So.
But that's nice. Applebee's does have a place in your heart.
Yeah, it was just, that's where we met. That's where it all
that's cool.
came. And like I said, I stayed there for a long time. Not a long time. I forget how long it was after we started dating. It was a couple months.
A good time, not a long time.
Yeah. But it was fun. I ain't gonna lie, it was a fun job.
Yeah.
While I worked there, I just love serving. Serving and bartending. That was my shit.
Yeah, no, I get it.
Damn.
I mean, I forgot you're not just a stand-up host. You hosting people. You're running around. Yeah.
I did a lot. Like I said, from hosting, I worked at the hospital.
Oh.
Like I said, I was a cable installer.
Yeah, you.
Yeah.
That's wild, dude.
I was a cable guy. Okay, now let's talk about the cable back in the day.
I mean, of course, they seems to be has.
Because it was just back then. It was so easy to hook up people's cable. Like you just go into the box, you undo something, screw in one thing. People you could hook up people's cable. So, but it was just some of the people. Oh my gosh. So.
Because you're in Portland or houses, is that what's the deal?
Nah, I would go to the apartments up at the Columbia, up by the old Columbia Columbia Villa. I used to go hook up cable up there. And that was probably one of the most hoodest places in Portland. Like, as far as, like, there's really no hoods in Portland.
Right.
But this, back in the day, Columbia Villa, this was the hood. Like, nigga, this was, it was public. It was like, you know. So I would go there and hook up cable, but, you know, to make extra money, I'd be like, look, I can come out, hook up your cable. You know what I'm saying? Like, I come. Like, you'll have basic cable. Like, if you have a cable-ready TV, like, you plug it in, you got all the channels. You got...
Yeah. Oh, you can upgrade them by just flipping a switch?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Like, I would do that to people. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, yo, give me $50. I'll hook up your cable. And so they wouldn't get cut off till, like, they would go through, like, maybe 6 months down the line and do an audit to see who was disconnected. And they're like, oh, this is not supposed to be connected.
That's hilarious.
And then they disconnect it. And I would just give them my pager, and be like, yo, just page me, and I'll come right back that day on my route, and I'll just hook you right back up.
So you go into public housing and they're watching HBO or some shit?
Yeah. If they had back then, if you had a cable-ready TV, like, you could get all the channels but the movie channels.
Okay.
But you could still get your Nickelodeons and all of that shit, you know what I'm saying? Your ESPNs, you could get all of that. So I just go and hook people up.
Wow.
And I'd charge them like $50.
Wow.
I'd be like $50 if it's just a box. It was like $100 if I had to pull off my ladder and go up the pole.
Yeah. Man, you were.
So.
You were really the cable guy. That's a whole different movie.
Yeah, I was hooking people
You
up.
just got a blunt in your mouth, like, yo, $50. You want ESPN?
And I would hit them up, and if they text me, I'm like, yo, who is this? They're like, oh, yo, man, you hooked up my cable. They come in, did something, they cut it off. I said, oh, yo, I'll be through there tomorrow. I was like, I got you on my route, so I'll just come right through there and just
Wow.
you right back hooked up.
Hilarious.
So, but the weirdest shit was, you would think if people knew the cable man was coming, they would put on clothes.
How often, just male, female, just
women, man. Like, I'd had a couple women.
You sure this wasn't a trick? This wasn't like a.
They were trying to get an upgrade. They were definitely trying to get an upgrade. They wanted the movie channels for real. They was about to see some Nick at Night. They was trying. Like, I done hasn't like just come through with like a see-through gown, like with like just like. You're trying to be professional because you don't know. Because then I was so naive, I thought the cable come because they'd be like, yo, you know, we're keeping an eye on everything you guys do. We're monitoring, you know. So we'd have supervisors that would follow us and do shit.
How long you're in the building for?
Yeah, so I never knew if this was a setup or not. So I would be the most like, ma'am, yes, ma'am, I'm gonna go outside. I gotta hook up a few things and I'll come back in. We'll check your picture. We'll make sure your box is hooked up and we'll go from there. Yeah, you go, you know, and I'm like,
wow.
So I'm just doing my job. You know, at the end of the day, I'm getting in the truck like, yeah, didn't fool me, my supervisor. But in the long run, my supervisor like, nigga, we ain't never said no things like that. Nigga, you just passed up on some shit, nigga.
That's hilarious. You're like, they got the most beautiful woman in lingerie to try to trick me.
To trick me.
So funny.
I was still in a committed relationship, but still, it was
how handsome were you at this time? I mean, I know you're handsome still, but were you
I think I was. Yeah.
How was you looking in the outfit? Was it a goofy outfit? Was it?
Nah, you know, they had Dickies, boots. Okay, you know what I'm saying? Like.
Yeah.
Tool belt, vest, you know what I'm saying?
How tall are you again? You
6'6".
Yeah. Oh yeah. No, they for sure call you back for extra channels.
Yeah.
No doubt. That's crazy.
Oh, you want the HBO Cinemax package. All right. Yeah, that was a fun job though.
Yeah.
The only thing I didn't like, now this was really before GPSs was really in vehicles.
Oh, okay.
So we had to map out our route using a Thomas guide, like the map.
Oh, wow.
With, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So in the morning, they give you like your workload, a stack of paper. They usually try to keep you in one particular area.
Yeah.
So they give it to you, and you had to look them up. Like, it would give you the street on the map, but then it would give you like the letters on the Thomas guide. Like, you had to find the page, but it'd be like A6. And you got to be like, Okay, it's right here.
Yeah. Wow.
So we couldn't, like, that's how we had to route our things.
Yeah.
So I remember I was new, and remember I'm new to Portland at this time. Only thing I knew was Northeast Portland and a little bit of Beaverton.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
I really didn't even know past a certain point
Right.
in Beaverton. We didn't fuck with Beaverton.
Right.
Beaverton and Aloha was like, nigga.
Right. Not really.
Aloha was like, nigga, no nigga. That's what it was. It was like, nah, we can go out there.
Yeah, keep it safe.
So I really didn't know, and so they sent me out to Sunnyside, and this is before, not the Sunnyside we know now, and you see now. This is before it was newly developed Sunnyside. So it was like houses was like miles away from each other. You had the mall, but like a lot of those apartments and shit that's down there now, wasn't there. So like you be down there and just driving and shit, and like. You can't see the addresses. The houses are so far back. Like,
yeah.
I remember I went out there and I got lost. Like, I'm just calling on the walkie-talkie like, van 481 to base. I was like, this is base, go 481. I was like, I'm lost. He's like, what do you mean? You don't know where you're at? Yeah, I'm lost.
Wow.
What part of town are you in? I don't know. I am lost.
He just sent you to space, yeah.
They was like, can you get back to the main highway? I'm going to say this one more time so maybe you'll understand it. I am lost. Okay, go find out what street you're on. So I'm driving, and like I said, the streets, so I'm on such and such, such and such. Okay, and this is what I hate. Look, I'm not one of those go north this way. No, tell me which fucking way to go.
Same, yeah.
Go right down 189th.
Right.
Turn left, like don't. Okay, you need to go south. Oh no, bitch.
Yeah.
No.
Feet, yeah.
I don't have a compass. I need you to tell me where to go.
That's hilarious.
So we were supposed to be back. We're supposed to be back at base. Our last job finishes at like 6:30. So you're supposed to be back at base within an hour.
Yeah.
So like 7:30, wrap up by 8 o'clock. You're done.
Yeah.
I probably don't get back to base about 9 o'clock.
Wow.
I'm like the last motherfucker there.
That's yeah.
You know
Was
what
this
I'm saying?
creepy at all? Scary to be driving around this part of the city? I mean, I don't know.
Yeah. Yeah, I am a black man in Clackamas and Sunnyside and don't know where the fuck I'm at. Yeah, in the 90s.
In a big van. It's at
Yeah,
least a marked van, right?
Yeah, a marked van with no windows that just had Paragon on it.
Yeah.
I don't care. As soon as they're like, oh, it's the cable guy. He's black. He's black. He's black. He's black.
This is a trick.
Yeah. That's why I used to love my job. Mm-hmm. I try to get my shit done early. Like I used to treat Portland like it was a sundowner town. I mean, we gotta get this shit done before 6.
Yeah.
Them niggas will kill you around this bitch.
Yeah, daylight savings is like the worst thing that could happen.
Right. I'm like, look, can I come to work early so I can get off early? Like, I ain't supposed to be there till 9, but say I come in at 7. You know what I'm saying? I'm willing to come in 7.
Yeah.
So yeah, it was a fun job. I was making pretty decent money too.
What was the end of it? Was it just a technology change, or they catch on to your?
I don't know why. I probably cut somebody out.
There you go.
I cut somebody out.
Is this a theme? Is this something that's happened
Yeah, I done cut a lot of supervisors out.
before? Yeah.
He was 20s and
I was hot-headed. Yeah, I was 20s and hot-headed.
Yep.
So I just didn't. I've never fucked. Like authority is just not one of those. You know, like.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And sometimes it's a respect thing.
Yeah.
Like, just because you my boss don't mean you get to
Right.
talk to me any kind of way. Like it's still like, yeah, you my supervisor, but it's still it's still a respect thing. I saw that at several jobs. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. I mean,
No.
I mean, that's how they're set up. They're set up to be oppressive.
Now you ain't gonna talk to me like that. Like I had that problem at UPS.
Oh, okay.
UPS. And I used to see some of these full timers talk to us part timers. I'd be like, he's like, I mean, I done seen him call him bitch ass and you pump motherfucker bitch ass, you can't do shit. And I'll be like,
Wow.
and I just look at him like, yeah, never. It will never happen with me. I guarantee you won't none of them Won't none of them come up here and call me no bitch ass.
Yeah.
I said, I bet you. I said, y'all put up with that shit.
Mm-hmm.
Y'all let it happen and y'all just walk away like, oh, they're just doing their job and they're just trying to be tough. No.
Yeah.
That's abuse and abuse of power, man. You don't need to be talked to like that. So,
Yeah.
so some people would put up with it. I was like, I dare them. First off, there's way too many weapons in this building for me to lose a fight. Way too many weapons. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
I'm in the packaging building. Like, nigga, I will pick up. There's like bars and all type of shit.
You got box cutter galore.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
You take their mouth shut. You tie them up.
I throw their ass on one of them fucking belts and stamp their ass like, nigga.
Yeah, that's like it's like a Thunderdome.
Man.
It's like an underground fighting facility.
I had your ass in a box on the back of one of them trucks on the way to Omaha fucking with me. I did my job. I don't deal with disrespect, man. Like, that's one of my biggest things. Like, I don't care about doing my job. You need to tell me to do it, I'll do it. I'm cool. It's just you ain't going to talk to me any kind of way.
Yeah.
And I'm just a real big guy on respect. Like, same thing you want, you got to give. You know what I'm saying? So, I've done cussed out a lot of supervisors. A lot of supervisors. I mean, my favorite one. The favorite one was when I left Motor Center.
Oh.
Man, I left there because they had me, like, I was working there for a minute. Like, I had been working there.
Yeah.
I'd been working there a while. Like, I had been working.
What was your position?
I was a stand lead. So I would go and run the stand, and I had all the other guys under me, and I had to make sure the money was right at the end of the night and turn shit in, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So they had put me on, I was on a good place. Like, you know, everything was good. And all of a sudden, they threw my ass, like, on these bullshit spots on the 300 level. Like, in the first, I was on the 100 level, like, where everybody come in, like, you seeing, like, making money, killing. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So then they put me upstairs, and I was like, yo, man. Or was I bartending? No, I was bartending. That's what it was. I was bartending, and I was at a dope-ass bar. Like, I was making good money at the bar. They had me at a real busy bar, and I was making great money.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Then out the blue, they tried to put me up at one of these little bullshit beer carts on the 3rd floor. And I'm like, yo, man. So the first time, I was like, all right, I let it slide. I was like, maybe they short-handed.
Yeah.
All right, cool. You know what I'm saying? I ain't tripping. All right.
Yeah.
So the second game, I was like, hey, man. You know, like, what's the problem? Why y'all move me? They're like, oh, we just need help up there.
Yeah.
Like, all right, you know, so I was like, okay. So I see people coming back, and they knew people being hired and moved to the bar that I was at. And I'm like, yo, man, what the fuck is going on?
Yeah.
So I guess the last day I came in, I saw where they had me at. I was just like, man, fuck that. I ain't going up there. I ain't doing that shit.
Yeah.
So I took my shit off through it. I was like, man, I quit. Like, have you ever seen Half Baked?
Yeah.
You remember how old boy quit?
Yeah.
I quit just like that.
Oh, wow.
I was like, fuck you, you're cool. I'll hit you up tomorrow, and fuck you, I'm out. And I just threw my shit at him and walked out the building.
Wow. Yeah.
Called my wife. I was like, fuck this. I ain't working here no. Fuck them, man. They can kiss my ass. Fuck them.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I've cussed out a lot of people.
Yeah. And how do you feel about it? Any regrets or just not?
No.
Yeah, I mean, it sounds like that's rough. I mean,
it's just the only regrets I had is the financial bind it put me and my wife and our kids in at the time. I don't regret quitting the job because they wasn't gonna, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not gonna be treated like shit, but I should have been smarter about it. I should have had something else lined up before I was like, fuck you, I'm out.
Right.
So that's the only thing I regret. I do regret that. That wasn't fair to my wife and kids to put them through that.
Yeah.
Because, you know, so that's my only regrets, honestly.
Yeah. I hear that. Yeah.
Because that wasn't fair to them.
Yeah.
But would I quit the job again today?
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. Yeah, people be disrespectful with jobs.
I know.
Yeah.
You know, so.
I get it.
And I've quit a couple, and a couple I've walked away from and just like, cool. Some I walked away from because, you know, shit was just like, I always said, when it comes to my family's always gonna come first. So wife sick, kids sick, fuck this job. Like I gotta be home and take care of them. So that was the case at one or two. No, that was at one.
The last one. But Esau, you were asking about his transition to Portland. That kind of gave you a more full answer of how he
Just a range of jobs.
Yeah.
dealing with white bosses here.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
I didn't function well. And you gotta
that's
understand,
fair.
and one of the main reasons I didn't function well, when I came into here, I'll never forget, and it didn't hit me till later on in life what bar it was, and it hit me. When I first came out here, I had been bartending in Atlanta, Georgia, at a very, very established restaurant. I had worked my way up from a busser all the way to a bartender at this place. So my resume was like impeccable. You know what I'm saying? I got letters of recommendation from I had all of that coming in.
Wow.
So I came out here and I applied for a bartending job at a bar. And it was between me and a white guy who was a construction worker.
Oh, wow.
Who had never bartended ever.
Oh.
Guess who got hired?
That's crazy.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah. And you know what? Till years later, I didn't realize what bar it was till something clicked in my head. Because I had totally threw it out my mind.
Which bar is it?
Fucking Kelly's Olympian.
Oh, wow.
The bar we did an open mic and shows in. I had figured out, after a while, that was the bar that took my application and didn't hire me, hired a construction worker over me.
Wow.
And it just, I forget, it was one day we were doing a showcase or open mic there and something, and I was like,
This is the bar.
yo, this is the bar.
Ooh, that's
It had
crazy.
been years. By now, it's 20
Yeah.
years. 20
Right.
years had passed.
Right.
But it didn't click into me that this was the bar. And
Yeah.
I went, that was the first place I had ever applied for when I got to Portland.
And how did that hit you? How did that feel?
It kind of was like, fuck them.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And
Yeah, that's rough.
yeah. Because just, you know what I'm saying? I don't mind losing fairly.
Yes.
If I lose a job to another bartender, even if the white guy would have been a bartender and I lost, it's like, okay, he's a bartender. I
Yeah, who
lost.
knows?
Maybe he
Coulda
got
been.
more experience. You know, I don't
Vibe
know.
or
But they let
whatever.
me know he was a construction worker. They told me when I came in for the interview, it was between you and this construction worker that came in earlier. So when I heard that, I was like, oh, shit, I got this job. And there ain't no way I'm not going to get this job.
Right. You've already done every role.
Right.
Yeah.
But I did not know about the whiteness of Portland.
Yeah.
And I did not know I did not have that power.
Yeah.
But I
Right.
learned quick.
Yeah. You're over here thinking it's job experience.
Yeah.
Right.
I really did. I really thought I had that
resume.
job. There was no way. You couldn't have asked me. You couldn't have. I would have bet you every dollar in my pocket that I was getting that job. You couldn't have told me.
Yeah, but then you had luck at other places.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you
Benson
know what?
Hotel.
And it's better that it happened that way.
Yeah.
They turned me down, and I got the Applebee's job.
There you go.
Oh, wow.
And if I would have never, so Kelly's actually, thank you. Because if you would have gave me the job, I would have never met my wife that I've been with now for 26 years, going on 27 years.
Yeah. Wow.
Period.
So thank you, Kelly's, for your dumbass mistake.
Yeah.
And thank you, Applebee's, for saying, yo, we're going to fuck with you.
Yeah.
That's hilarious.
Period.
Yeah.
Because I wasn't going to Kelly's.
No, we would have never met. I would have never.
Wow.
We never met at Kelly's.
Applebee's, if you'd like to be a sponsor.
If y'all are still open, we will sponsor. We will sponsor the last Applebee's in this bitch. I don't care.
We will bring your business back
This
to life.
episode is brought to you by Blockbusters and Applebee's. Satisfying the people since 1987. I said I'm going to get us a sponsor, too. I'm working on getting us a sponsor.
Yeah, it's going.
I shouldn't be having this shit up on the table. I should be blurring it. I noticed that, and I didn't even do that I did that on accident. Like, I didn't even purposely do that. Yeah.
Ooh, this
Yeah.
fine.
So,
I don't know. They probably Applebee's might be a weed positive establishment. Maybe not. No.
I don't know.
We'll figure it out. We're live,
It's
so
not about the weed. It's about what
Yeah.
I bring to the table.
exactly.
I'm saying, plus, I gotta check Applebee's. I gotta see their DEI program.
Yes. Stupid. Hilarious.
Like that.
Do you have? So you've done so many different type of jobs. Did you enjoy? Was there a favorite, or is it sort of like it just depends on where you're at mentally?
Yeah, all of them. Some of them just hold special meanings to me. Mixing the underground, hell, like that was like the first
store.
real job I got when I was in Atlanta. So like that's opened my eyes to serving. Like that's what made me love serving.
Yeah.
Mixing the underground,
Yeah.
working there, like that opened my eyes just to customer service in general.
Yeah.
It made me want to do it, and it made me appreciate the people who did it.
Yeah.
The second job, of course, Applebee's. Because if I never would have worked at Applebee's, I never would have met my wife, and I would have never had my beautiful family that I have now. So, Applebee's and OHSU. That was OHSU was like
OHSU is which again?
Hospital
organs,
Organ Science and Health Oregon Health and Science University. So that was like one of the mentally fulfilling, draining, and up and down job that you could be in.
Yeah, hospital.
Because, we dealing with, like, I had to deal with a lot of shit. And I'll tell people this in a heartbeat. That is not I was a CNA. I started out as a CNA. And
CNA is what?
That's certified nurse's assistant.
Okay.
So I started as a CNA, and thanks to my wife at the time, she was working at PCC, Dislocated Workers Program. And they had a program open up for CNAs to get them in to pay for their schooling and all of that to get your CNA license. And so my wife knew the lady that was getting people in, and she was like, okay, we're going to get you in.
Yeah.
I just got me on the list real quick.
Yeah.
So I got my CNA license, and I started out in a nursing home, right? Yeah, I started out in McDonald's. I was somewhere else before there. I did my training. I can't remember it, but I did my training somewhere else before I went to the McDonald's residence downtown. So I was my first one. It was a scary, wonderful. I learned a lot. You know what I'm saying? I tell you this, working in a nursing home and doing things like that really made you appreciate life.
Yeah.
And it made you appreciate the things you can still do when you can do them. The little things you take for granted, like, hey, I can go use the bathroom by myself. Like, you don't think about that shit.
Right. Yeah.
Like, oh, I can eat, I can feed myself. You don't think about little things like that. And I don't think, so that job, like one of the scariest, oh my gosh, like my worst fear, dying wise, is to choke to death or drown.
Okay.
Those are my worst two-way fears of going down.
Did you witness people close to that? Or
I witnessed a person choking.
Oh, yeah.
And at the time, I was so new to CNA. They train you, okay, this is what you do. You get behind them, Heimlich maneuver.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? They can teach you on a dummy all day long. But when it's happening real time, you know what I'm saying, you can, like, kind of froze. It's scary. Like when I say I saw somebody turn blue, like, cause you hear that shit all the time. Like, when you're choking, you turn blue, and you see all the videos. They be like, they be blue in the face. You're like, look at this nigga with the face paint on. No, they really be turning blue.
Wow.
So I saw a person do that, and it scared the shit out of me. And then at first I was like, I don't even know. I don't know if I'm made for this. I don't know if I'm built for this.
Yeah.
But and as I went on in my very first one, there was a patient there that I just gravitated towards. We became friends. Like, this person looked forward to me coming into their room every morning, bringing them their breakfast, and we talk, and you know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I'm saying? Just a wonderful spirit person, you know what I'm saying? Got to know the patient and their family. When the family would come in, I'd come in and, hey, how you doing today, Mr. So-and-so? Yeah, let's get you up.
Right.
All right, let's get your food. What can we do for you? Like, and they would, and their family really, like, noticed it. Like, wow, he really perks up when you walk in the room, and I've never seen my dad that attentive.
Oh, wow.
And so, so it was a good job. But then, you have 2 days off, you come back, and you come out, and you go into the room, and Mr. Johnson's not there.
Oh, yeah, rough. Oof.
Yeah. And you're like, yo, where's Mr. Johnson at? Did he go for a procedure or something? It's like, oh, nobody told you. Mr. Johnson passed away while you were off. He went in his sleep, and woo. And I was like, God damn. And he said the family had came by and left me a card. And it was like, we want to thank you for everything you did for our father in his last days. You were one of the best things. Like, it was just this beautiful card. Had some money in it.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, and so that was the good and bad part of being a CNA. Like, to make a difference in somebody's life where they're like, oh man, and then, but to lose them, you know what I'm saying? It sucks too. Cause that was one of the things they always told us, you know what I'm saying? Like, don't get personal with these people. Because you never know. And they didn't mean it like, don't get buddy. They was just like, don't get friendly with these people because they're, some of them don't have long on this earth, and it's like, and that can take its toll on you after a while, that you like every time you turn around, somebody, a friend or something is
that's a huge, that's a serious loss, because how often do we deal with that in our personal lives?
Yeah, like
you deal with that at your job regularly.
So
that's heavy.
But it was hard to, like, I'm a people person, so if I see, especially I see you every day, like I see you more than, at this point I'm seeing you more than I'm seeing my wife and kids. I'm here 8 days, 5 days a week, 8 hours a day, you know what I'm saying, taking care of you. So there's no way that you're not gonna have some kind of bond or relationship. So that was tough, but as I went on, I'm not gonna say it got easier, but you learn how to cope with the emotions that came behind it.
Yeah. Were there times that you met other people that were like, hey, and you're like, whatever, Did you get cold with anybody, or did you?
Nah, you couldn't be that way, man. Like, doing this job, you had to be, you had to be smile, And it really got good. Like, when I got to OHSU, that's when some of the best, like, I met some of the most interesting people. I worked with some of the best nurses and doctors I have ever ever seen. Like, I will say that when it come to the care, the quality of care that they were given, OHSU hands down was just one of the most. And I don't know now because I don't work there. But when I was there, it was one of the most, just the doctors, the nurses, the CNAs, everybody was on it. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So.
Yeah, it makes you take your. That's why you like your health insurance plan now, huh?
Yeah, like,
you're like, I need the team.
Yeah, I need that. If anything go wrong, send me up there. So, but this is honestly how I got to OHSU.
Yeah.
Me and my wife's youngest son was born with premature and with underdeveloped lungs.
Oh, wow.
And no doctors caught this. It was probably, they didn't catch this 2-month checkup. And then the doctors finally caught it. Like they said, because my wife was like, he's wheezing. Like, she could tell, like a mother knows. She was wheezing, and we take him to the doctors, and the doctor's there. It's fine. He's just. And we was like, nah, man. I was like, no, my son is wheezing. Yeah. I was like, all right, well, so we took him. They were trying to, so they finally recognized he was kind of shallow breathing. Yeah. And we were at, I forget what hospital we were at, but they were trying to put an IV in him. And they couldn't get an IV, and he was, small baby veins. Yeah. So, they had even tried to put one up here. Oy. So it got to a point where I was like, stop. Yeah. Don't nobody stick my fucking child again till y'all get. So they say, okay, well, we're going to send them up to Dornbecker's up at OHSU. So they sent my son up to Dornbecker's. And when I tell you, these doctors took top-notch care of my son. Recognized what the problem was right away, figured out a treatment. I mean, just everything. So it was at that point I told him, I was like, I cannot thank y'all enough. I was like, if there's any way that I can pay y'all back, I'm going to come back to this hospital and pay y'all back. Like, I don't know how. I don't know when. And then later on, I end up working at OHSU as a CNA.
Wow. Great.
Like, it was just like, I said that too. And I was like, I don't know how, but I'm going to pay y'all back.
Yeah.
I'm going to come up here. I don't know how. And they was like, yeah, you know. And like, I think it was what?
Crazy.
It was maybe a year after that, a year or two after that, I was working.
Cinematic.
I was up at OHSU.
Yeah.
So that was always one of the jobs. And, you know, had so many good times up at OHSU, got to see so many things. Helped me out. Hell, I remember I got my vasectomy. And I was like.
Did you get a discount or would you?
Nah,
no.
So. Yeah, at the time, we had super dope insurance.
Wow.
So, like, I'm not going to lie, I paid, like, just a $10 copay to get my vasectomy. I bullshit you not. That's how good our insurance was.
Amazing.
Paid a $10 copay to get my vasectomy.
Wow. What year was this that you could, I mean, what?
It was when my daughter, it was 20 years ago. I'm actually 20 years ago to the year, actually almost to the month. Well, in a couple next month.
Wow, we got to do a vasectomy anniversary.
Right.
No, that's
21. Actually, it'll be.
What do they bill that as? Because it's like,
I don't know.
I work for Portland Community College.
Okay. Oh yeah.
She had excellent credit. I mean, excellent insurance. So.
Wow, man.
So.
That's
before
powerful.
I got it done, like, I'm around all these doctors.
Yeah.
So I was asking, like, look, man, wife wants me to get a vasectomy. Can you be honest? Tell me the good, the pluses, the minuses.
Yeah.
And, you know, the doctors were really like, look, man, it's a harmless procedure. It's like it's gonna be painless.
Yeah.
It's like it's easier for you to get it done than your wife going to get her tubes tied. I was like, getting her tubes tied is a whole procedure. They got to put her under anesthesia. And then by the time we had got around to our third child, my wife's pregnancies were just getting harder and harder on her body. So I was like, so to prevent us having no kids, I was like, you know what, I'll do it. I'll go get the vasectomy. You know what I'm saying? But I had the opportunity to talk to so many doctors, like, for free. Like, there was no consultation. I worked at a hospital, and they were really honest with me, like, yo, man, you know. So I remember, and I went and got the vasectomy, like I said, and I'll never forget, because we went to the hospital to find out for the final ultrasound and find out the sex of the baby. And at this time, I had 3 boys, and we had two together, and I already had so I said, I just want a girl. Like, so I said, if I have a girl, like, I'm getting my vasectomy. Like, it's done. Like, we don't want no more kids. We're good. So I went in and found out, you're having a girl. Oh, but I wasn't there. But I found out. I found out we were having a girl.
Yes.
Either way,
you got the call or something.
Not.
Yeah. Well, how did you celebrate? What was your?
Actually, my brother-in-law
was there.
took me.
Yeah.
He had to work.
Yeah.
I was working at a hospital, so working at a hospital, you really couldn't get
time off.
You know what I'm saying? So.
Yeah. That's good. I mean, it seems like you were. Okay.
Yeah. But as soon as I found out, it was immediately that next day. I was like, y'all want to schedule my vasectomy?
Yeah, wow.
All right.
Seems like ahead of the game. I feel like I haven't heard about vasectomies until, I don't know if it was popular at that time.
No.
Yeah.
It was, when I said I was going to get it done, like, guys were like, dude, you gonna, oh man, you go, oh man, like, they just made it seem like it was the worst thing in the world. And I was like, that's why I had to talk to doctors.
Yeah.
I was like, doctors, and they were like, man, don't nothing change. You just can't get nobody pregnant no more.
Yeah.
Like, really, everything works the same. Everything's good.
Your
You
manhood
good.
is not necessarily.
Yeah, nothing's gonna, like, it's not gonna, oh no, now you can't, oh, I can't get, oh no.
Yeah. Wow, that's interesting. Yeah, ahead of the game. Yeah.
And it was a simple procedure. I'll never forget, we went in there, you know what I'm saying? No, just a local anesthesia.
Yeah.
Didn't put me to sleep or nothing. I never forget.
They didn't put you to sleep?
No.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, wide awake.
It?
Yeah. I'm talking to the doctor. This doctor is cutting my nuts.
No.
And we're talking about the Blazers. Like, he's literally, like, we're really. You think the Blazers got a chance this year? Yeah, doc. I think, if so.
They're just down. You got like a wall or something?
Yeah.
You
like,
know,
I can't see,
okay.
You know what I'm saying? But it's just, but I'm numbed up. I feel nothing. I feel absolutely
what
nothing.
What are they? I don't know. I guess I should Google it.
Now it's considered cosmetic surgery.
Right.
So, like, insurance won't pay for it.
Yeah.
Like, but when, like, back then, this was like 2001, sorry.
Because I think they're like, I've heard they're like 3.
2004.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, 10 years.
So I literally paid $10 for a vasectomy.
Because I feel like they're like $3,000 now.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, they're expensive. They're expensive.
Yeah.
I looked up. I got mine on the bargain. You know what I'm saying? I got mine with a coupon. Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't feel bad about it. It was the best. It was probably the best decision. It was good for me because I was like, I felt like 4 kids was enough.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I feel like 4 kids was enough. And I just was like, it wasn't fair to my wife. Like, especially with our boys. We had our boys, like, she was literally pregnant for 18 months.
Wow.
Like, so, like, soon as she had our first son, like, 6 months? 6 months later, she was pregnant again.
Oh, yeah.
So,
yeah.
So it was just, I was like, okay, I gotta.
Yeah.
So I just went in and I got it done. It was the best decision, it was a good decision. I'm not mad at it. It was,
that's great. That's amazing.
Yeah,
Out of your game.
So, so I did it and I have no regrets.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So, yeah.
Yeah.
And I never forget because when I got it done, one, they told me to take at least a week off from work, at home, feet propped up, eyes, no strenuous, no picking up nothing.
Oh, right. Yeah.
Nothing, because you can bust a stitch and, like, my dumb ass.
No. What did you move?
So the first thing I did is I picked up my daughter. Kids got very strong leg muscles at that time. They like to kick.
Oh, my God.
So I had my daughter, and she kicking, and she kicked me. And I'm telling you, I had to use everything in me not to toss my daughter across the room. Like, it took everything in me not to just poof and just punt her ass and be like, ah! Because fresh stitches.
Oh, wow. Like in the groin?
Yeah.
Oh,
and I still had stitches in. And
did it rip? Did that rip it? Or that was
No.
just painful? No,
That's not what did it. So
What's next?
I rest. I was like, so I go back to work early. I'm at you back at the hospital. And all the nurses are like, oh, somebody commented. Click on the comments. Up at the top.
Oh, yeah.
Somebody.
Oh, Jay.
Hey, Jay.
What's up, Jay?
Sorry. I would have said something earlier. I had no idea.
Link. Oh, yeah. Oh, okay.
Hey,
You're right
Jay.
on time.
So,
what do you think about vasectomies, Jay? Chime in the...
Yeah, let us know.
We're talking vasectomies.
So I didn't bust it. So I go back to work early, and all the nurses. I'm telling you, I love these nurses. I was surrounded by the greatest.
Yeah.
Like, really, like, just the most amazing nurses.
Yeah.
Like, just hold them to this day. Like, love them to death.
Yeah.
So I go back to work early after my daughter kicked me, no stitches bust or nothing, I'll go back to work and I do something and I bust a stitch.
Oh, no.
I'm in pain.
Oh, God.
I'm in pain. And the nurses are like, what are you doing? I was like,
oh, no.
I think something's not right. And so, you ever been to OHSU? You know how there's that long ass sky bridge?
Yes.
So I had to catch the bus home. No, did you come and pick me up?
No, I think you did.
I had to catch the bus home. Like, I'm in major pain.
Well, they didn't like patch you up there?
No, I couldn't. They just for insurance purposes, liability.
Oh,
like
yeah,
they couldn't.
You had to leave.
Like, yeah, there would have been some nerves. Like, there was, if I really would have asked, guarantee you one of those nurses would have grabbed the stitching thing and stitched me back up. But they didn't know how bad it was, so.
Yeah, and you're a soldier, so you're just like.
So, yeah, so they're like, go home. Why are you here? First off, bravo for you for getting a vasectomy, because most men wouldn't.
Yeah.
So bravo for you. Now take your ass home. So I'm like, okay, I'm going home. I'm in pain. I'm going home. So I'm trying to walk across the Sky Bridge. You know, the Sky Bridge, which is what, 3/4 of a mile?
Yeah, usually an enjoyable walk.
Yeah. Very, very beautiful walk. I got about, I'd say 20 feet on that Sky Bridge. And there's benches, ever so far.
Yeah.
And I'm just sitting there on the bench. And I think there's one of those phones
Yeah.
you can use to call. And I call up to my floor. And I'm like, hey, I'm stuck here on the bench on the Sky Bridge. Can somebody come and get a wheelchair and push me to the bus stop?
We'll just dump you on the bus and you go.
So somebody came and picked me up. Matter of fact, I think somebody got me a cab home. I think one of the nurses got me a cab home.
That's good.
So I was, because they was like, how you getting home? I was like, home, catch the bus. I was like, oh, they was like,
Yeah.
I was like, oh, we can't leave right now, but we can get you a cab here. We'll all just give you money and we'll get you. So, I think that's what happened. I think they got me a cab home. But
hilarious.
I busted a stitch and I was like, what the fuck?
Yeah, I'm not gonna ask too many questions about where that stitch is or what is holding together, as I don't. It's a lot of science and anatomy.
Yeah. Then I just went ahead and took some time off.
Yeah.
Like I should have in the first place.
Right. And you still make this mistake, right? I feel like earlier this year.
Yeah, I hurt my back.
They gave you like a 1 week off, and after 4 days, you're like,
yeah, let's go back to work.
Yeah.
I'm just one of those people like.
Yeah.
I can't be inactive for a long. Like it.
Yes.
Like some people are comfortable being in the house all day.
Yeah.
I'm one of those people, I can't do it.
Yes.
During the pandemic was one of the roughest time for me, not being able to socialize and talk to people and be around people. It was really tough for me, especially like when it was like a lockdown and wasn't shit open. You couldn't, you know what I'm saying? So during the pandemic, the only thing that kept me sane was once they opened it up and we could go places, I had to leave my house and go for walks.
Yeah.
Like I couldn't sit in the house. I couldn't do it, man.
I mean, that's why I moved to Oregon. I was just like, I need to be able to walk somewhere.
Yeah.
I can't be in a city right now. It's crazy.
So then they opened up places. So my walk at the time was I would go get me a cup of coffee from this coffee place I'm not going to mention. Then I would go to Budlandia dispensary and get me like 3 pre-rolls, and I would have my coffee and smoke in the morning.
Oh, yeah. Coffee and smoke. That's weed and coffee. That's its own podcast.
Yeah. I remember my friend had a cushion coffee. Yeah. That was a good idea.
Oh.
And if he's not doing it no more, I would love to borrow that idea. I'm going to hit him up.
Okay. We're copywriting it now on live. So what happened to that job? Did you cut someone out, or is that just the time past?
Which job?
Is it a positive bastard?
OHSU?
Yeah.
What had happened is after my wife had our last child, our daughter, just a lot of complications with the pregnancy. Due to existing illnesses that my wife was dealing with, and the birth just put a more with her illness and the birth, it just put a lot of strain on her body.
Yeah.
And where she couldn't physically take care of the baby. Like she couldn't feed the baby. She couldn't get up and change the baby because it took this toll on her body. So I had to, I got to take, like I said, when it comes to
you can't.
my family and my job, my family is always going to come first. So I had to just take a bunch of days off. And I tried to fight it. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. I tried to fight it. Discipline. We went to a meeting with the board, with the union, but it was just like at the end, it was just, it was just one of those things. And I was just like, I don't get, it sucked. But I was just like, at that point in time, I was more concerned about my wife's health and my daughter's health.
Right. You didn't want to be arguing with these people.
And
that's a lot of time.
And it's like the people I work with, they got it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
They get it. You know what I'm saying? Like, and if I would have asked them to give letters, whatever.
Yeah.
They would have did it. But it was just like.
Yeah, corporate and rules and regulations. And
you know what I'm saying? So you got to remember, at the end of the day, it's always a business.
Yeah.
No matter how much love is there and how much enjoyment y'all get with hanging out with your coworkers, at the end of the day, it's a business and you're expendable.
Yeah.
You're just you're interchangeable.
Yeah.
Just, switch. So.
Yeah.
So, and, so that was one of the ones that was one of the jobs I went away from. And I was sad.
Yeah.
I was sad for a little while.
Yeah.
Because, again, it put us in a bind, with everything that we were dealing with.
Yeah.
So I hated that, And this, for once, I didn't really do nothing wrong on this job. Like, it ain't like I just fucked up and was like, man.
You're like, oh, man, this was one of the ones.
I was trying to do the stand-up thing and be there for my wife, when, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. I mean, it happens. Happens with jobs. You mind if I grab a drink from this fridge?
Go ahead, man. The fridge is right there. I'll grab it. What you want to drink?
Anything, whatever has less sugar or no sugar. Oh yeah, that's. I'll take the water. Oh, this is like airport water. Yeah. Sponsored, not yet sponsored by.
Sorry, I had to get up and do that in the middle of a podcast, but
No, you flex on them, Yeah. Flex on them.
Man,
we got a fridge in here.
I always got on my Crocs too. If you ain't crocking, you ain't rocking. That's what my daughter says. In the words of Brooklyn.
Crocking, you ain't rocking.
You ain't crocking, you ain't rocking.
You can buy Crocs. You can buy that slogan off of the Collins family if you're interested.
As Dirty Angel.
Yeah, it's just creative branding team.
As we work.
You gotta fly out Brooklyn to your headquarters.
So that was that job. That was that was a fun job. I really enjoyed that job. They like I said, the nurses there were just super dope. It was just an amazing staff to work with. Yeah. So. Yeah, still keep in contact with Marianne, one of the nurses that worked up there. Great friend, big supporter of Dirty Angel and a lot of things we do. So
that's fire.
So
that's cool.
A lot of friendships was forged in that time. The one friendship that I still think about to this day, there was a patient that came in.
Yeah.
And he had came in. They thought he had, I think it was liver failure. It was going through liver failure, and they was going through this. He was young, and he was sick, and he wasn't. He was young, so he wanted to be, out and about and doing what kids his age should be doing. And he was in there, and he would never get out to bed. Like his mom would come in, his mom would be in there from the time visiting hours started till the time visiting hours were over, she was there. Yeah. And there was times that they would let her stay the night there, set her up with a bed, something. She was always there. So he would never get out of bed. So his mom one day, she was just like, he needs to get up and move and circulate. And I was like, I'm gonna get him out of bed. Just like nobody. She's like, none of the nurses, nobody has been able to get him out of bed. Was
it because he was depressed? Or
and he just didn't want to do anything. Yeah. He just was like, no, he just didn't,
Yeah, just letting the sickness take over.
Like I said, he was young, and he was just like, like I said, he was.
How young is young?
I want to say he was teens.
Okay.
Maybe 18, 19.
Yeah.
He wasn't old. He might have been his senior year, going into his senior year of high school or something, But never would get out to bed. Never would get out to bed.
Yeah.
And then his mom was like, you got to get him up. So one day I was like, I'm going to get him out to bed. So I went in there that day and I was like, look, man, your mom wants you to get out this bed.
Yeah.
I don't care. No. You getting out this bed today. Like, I don't care if me and another nurse got to pick you up and put you in a wheelchair and I'll roll you outside to get some sunshine, but you're getting out this bed. I said, plus I got to make up your bed.
Right.
I said, you got to let me get up. At least let me get up and let me make up your bed.
Yeah.
Okay, but I ain't going nowhere. You don't got to go nowhere. Just get up so I can make your bed.
Yeah, yeah.
So he got up. He got in the wheelchair. And, you know, I opened the curtains and, you know, I'm making the bed.
Yeah.
I was like, man, it's nice outside. I was like, man, we in Oregon. He's like, you know, it should be raining right now. You know, just joking.
Yeah,
He's like,
yeah,
man. I was like, yeah, let's go outside. I was like, I'm about to take my lunch break. I was like, let me push you down. Let's go down. Let's go sit out in the sun for a little bit.
Yeah.
No, man, I don't want to. Come on, man.
Yeah, yeah.
Come on, let's go. Come on.
Right, right.
So.
This is not normal nurse duties. This is the Hyjinx.
So he, you know, so I've had to find something that we could bond on.
Yeah.
So sports.
Mm-mm.
We would talk about Blazers and basketball.
Yeah.
Like, you know, I'm like, oh, yeah, you know, I'm a fan. And we would talk. So every day I go in and talk to him and I get him out of bed and slowly I get him to get up. You know what I'm saying? And soon the physical therapist was coming in and had him up, walking around and him doing laps around the unit, you know what I'm saying? And his mom was just like, oh man, thank y'all so much.
Yeah.
And and I remember he was a big Blazer fan.
Yeah.
And at the time my brother-in-law was playing for the Blazers.
Oh yeah.
And I had one of his high school jerseys, his high school jersey.
Shit.
They had signed for me and gave to me, and I just had hanging up in my closet like I ain't going. You know what I'm saying? But I knew he was a fan.
Oh wow.
So I gave him
that
jersey that my brother-in-law had signed, the Eau Claire High School jersey, and I gave it to him.
Wow.
You know what I'm saying? Like, yo, man, you know, I was like, I'm proud of you for getting up and getting up and out the bed. So I got this for you. It's a jersey, a Jermaine O'Neal's jersey with high school jersey, autographed by him, that he had given to me and I gave to him. Yo, when I tell you, me and this kid became the closer friends. Even after he got out of the hospital.
Wow.
We kept in touch. And we'll still see each other around Portland. You know, we've ran into each other several times since I wasn't working up there. And it's just like, you know, and the thing I loved, it just wasn't that. So one night, his mom was up there at the hospital. Like I said, she was spending like weeks up there. Just she'd come up there, maybe stay a week, go home long enough to take a shower, grab a new set of clothes, and be right back up there.
Yeah.
So one night, the nurses was like, "Come on, you're going with us tonight." It's like, what? It's like, we're taking you out. We're going to a bar. We get off at this time. We're taking you out, and you're going. But I needed. She was like, "No, he's in great hands." She was like, we can call the nurses. Like, we're friends. I'll call the nurse actually on their phone so you can talk to your son if you want to talk to your son.
Right.
But tonight, you're getting out this hospital. Yeah. We're going to take you to a bar, and we're going to party. Yeah. That's what we're going to do.
Yeah, yeah.
And those nurses took his mom out and, like, just had a blast.
Oh, wow. Yeah, yeah.
Just, like.
Damn, y'all killing it at this hospital.
Yeah,
shit.
like.
Fuck it. I'm on a damn jersey and go to the club with some nurses. That's crazy.
So I never forget that. They took her out and they just showed her a good time. Just took her to the bar, dance, and just, you know what I'm saying? She came back in the next day just refreshed. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like, we just saw that she needed that. She was spending, when I say every day in this hospital, every day.
Wow.
So it was so good to get her away. And we did, like, you know, we didn't have to do it. Yeah. But, you know, being a nurse in the CNA is it's a lot more. Sometimes it's more than the patient. We're not just taking care of the patient. Right. Sometimes we had to be there for the family. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Because sometimes I don't think people realize, they always say, oh, the patient. They don't stop and think about the toll it takes on the family that has to be there with that patient. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So that's real, yeah. And so we realized that. So we was like, yeah, we getting you out of here. We're taking you out. And those nurses took her out. and she had the time of her life, and she came back the next day refreshed. And like I said, I don't know what was going on with his liver, but miraculously, it cleared up.
Wow.
He got 100% clear bill of health.
Wow.
Left the hospital. Like I said, I still see him around town.
Yeah.
Every now and then, and we talk. And I think the last time I saw him, he was like, "Yo, I think he told me, he said, you saved my life."
Oh, wow.
You know what I'm saying? He's like,
yeah.
If you wouldn't have get, he's like, I think back, it was like, if you would have never
yeah.
just kept making me and just finally made me get up out that bed, it was like,
wow.
Because he was just ready to give up.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, and that's so much of it. The mental journey, the getting up, it's all crucial. It's all part of it.
So,
wow.
So that's why I take that approach with everything.
Yeah.
Like when I see people be like, "Oh, I can't do this." Oh man, I can't have excuses.
Yeah.
You can't have roadblocks and obstacles. Where people see roadblocks, I just say in my head immediately goes to, how do I get around, below, around, above? What's I start thinking of what route can I take to get fucking around this obstacle. I don't let the obstacle stop me.
No, it makes sense. I mean, especially, rocking with you guys and just seeing, I don't know, the 9th year of the Northwest Black Comedy Festival,
Just
you work with.
And it's just one of those things we want it to happen.
Yeah.
So we decided we were going to make it happen.
Yeah.
And 9 years in and about to be 10.
Woo!
It's coming up.
Oh, Lord, I'm tired already. No, I'm just playing.
Right?
No, I know y'all are working.
Yeah, it's going to be, I'm looking forward to that. But, you just got to want it.
Yeah.
There shouldn't, and if you want it, there shouldn't be nothing that can stop you from getting it.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's just how bad, are you willing to lose some sleep?
Right.
Are you willing to do a little bit more traveling? Are you willing to, skip your video game? It's just what are you willing to sacrifice?
Yeah. I'm not willing to skip. No, I was kidding. My 2K sessions, no, I'm just playing. Yeah, no, it's real. No, I understand.
I miss them. I still go up and I'm going to play.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? But this is something that I wanted, and I'll be damned if I build it and not use it. That's just pure stupid.
Yeah. No, this has been fire.
If you build it, they will come.
That's right. Here we are.
Yeah. Like I said, we went over my job. This episode was, where has he worked?
This was the jobs episode. Yeah, the employment. And I'm sure it's probably less than half. I don't know. How much do we cover with that even? So we got Applebee's. Okay.
Yeah, we got but I've had a lot of jobs.
Yeah.
I worked from everywhere from. Yeah, I was first student. And we're just talking here. We're not even talking like, I probably worked at pretty much almost every fast food place. I worked at Wendy's. I worked at Burger King. I worked at Taco Bell.
That's what I meant to ask you. Do you have a go-to food at any of these places? Or, quickly, what's the Wendy's go-to?
I just had Wendy's today, too. A double stack.
Okay.
That's my go-to at Wendy's, double stack. At Popeyes, it's the wings.
Okay.
Wing fling and red beans and rice. Let's see where else. At Burger King, it's a double Whopper.
You like the doubles.
Yep. At Taco Bell, back then it was pretty much their whole menu. Like I worked at Taco Bell and wow.
Yeah.
That was one of my biggest scams too. I made my best money at Taco Bell.
Oh, what did you do at Taco Bell?
Okay.
What did you just fill a bag? You just fill a garbage bag with taco?
This is what I would do. When I worked at Taco Bell, and they put me and my homeboy on drive-through. He'd be at the front window, and I'd be at the back window taking the money. And he'd be at the front window taking the order. Mm-hmm. So what we would do is we would wait till people come in with these big-ass orders and just add like $1 more onto the order. So he would tell me on the earpiece on the thing like, hey, I got them. All right. So when they come, if the thing said $25.50, I'm like, oh, your total is $26.50. Mm-hmm. So you do that on a Friday night when it's busy. People ain't paying attention. They just coming in, getting their Taco Bell. They just trying to get through drive-through as fast as possible.
Wow.
They're not looking at the total.
No.
You just throw the receipt in the bag, and by the time they notice it, they home and not, you know what I'm saying? They're not even, you know.
There's no paper record of that.
Yeah. So that's what me and my home. Yeah.
How much would that add up to? Is that?
Oh man, we was leaving there with on a good night. Like I said, on a good busy Friday night at the location I was at. We was walking with about. We're still in high school, so we're walking with like.
Wow.
Yeah, we were high school. High school.
Yeah.
This was like 90 something.
Yeah.
This
dollar,
was
back when $1 was $4.
Yeah. So on the weekend, on a good night, probably like him would split like $50 to $75. So I would walk with like $25, $30, $40.
Yeah, I mean, on top of
I was getting paid.
Yeah, man, that's at least a 50% increase.
Yeah, you know, that's one thing I'll say. Like most jobs back then that I had, I always had
a side hustle.
Yeah, I was gonna make my money, man.
Yeah, so you sold extra channels at the cable.
Right. Yeah,
you know, the dollar trick at the.
Yeah, always there was a hustle. I was
smart.
like, yo, because I was looking, I was like, yo, they're making a shit ton of money. This company is making, they're making money.
Wow, yeah.
So, like, how can I get my share of this money?
Yeah, that's what's up.
There's very few jobs I didn't have some kind of scam.
We need to figure out the statute of limitations before this podcast because we're going through.
Yeah, these were like all this shit happened in my 20s. I'm 50 years old now, so I know there's a man.
Yeah, they're gonna come after you for those dollars. No, statute of limitations. It's gotta be about 15.
Yeah. It's like 7 to 15 years.
It's too late. We're live.
Yeah.
Figure it out. You know what?
7 to 15 years.
Yeah.
Every place I just had it was always some kind of.
Makes sense.
Yeah. Even when I worked when I lived in Atlanta, I worked at Target.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. What I would do there.
Old school Target.
Yeah. I would just go to their stock room and just open up shit and eat shit in the stock room. Like, nigga, I wasn't going hungry. I was like, nigga, it's too much food. Y'all got me fucked up.
Oh, man. Yeah, man. Oof, back when there's no security
cameras. Right. Man, I ain't paying for shit. I go back to the stock room, open up a box of Snickers, and be like, nigga, I'm eating, open up a Capri Sun, and just, nigga, I'm just grubbing.
Yeah. No, I had that. I worked at a Trader Joe's, and I had a point where I was like, I was the person that was getting rid of the stuff, all the stuff with like a hole in the package. It was just like, someone's got to eat these JoJo's.
Right, I'm going to eat them.
I'll go ahead and put 120 grams of sugar in my domain.
Right. Because I hate to see food wasted. That's one of the things I despise that. Mm-hmm. That was one of the things I hate about the Motor Center. Because they threw so much food away at the end of the night.
Oh, yeah. That must be a weird place to.
So much food. And
did you see any free shows at Motor Center? Or did you not really catch it? In a corner pocket?
When I worked there, like when I was at work, I'd always break away from my bar. Like I've seen WWF, I've seen concerts. Now, let me tell you, WWF and all that wrestling shit, that shit is super fake.
Oh, yeah.
I saw the rehearsal.
Like you saw the rehearsal. Oh.
Like they had scripts. It's choreographed. That's what I want to say.
Yeah, but were they over there like, oh, Stone Cold Steve?
They literally have full-blown scripts.
Wow, that I did not know. That is new information to me.
What you gonna do?
Is there a director that's like, no, give me more? Or like, what is it?
I remember because they were rehearsing when they were at the Motor, and I peeped my head into a rehearsal. I was like, these motherfuckers in the stage with scripts reading each other, talking about, okay, and then I come down and I slam him. So after I say this line, okay, all right, I got it.
Wow.
Like, y'all are killing me.
That I did not know.
Yeah.
That's not common knowledge.
That shit is choreographed.
Hilarious.
I don't work for Motor no more, so.
You didn't watch the reality shows. If you watch reality shows.
Oh, yeah. Oh, okay. Damn.
Yeah.
That's interesting to me.
Yeah.
That is hilarious.
Yeah.
That is very funny to me. Just a dude in his underwear holding a script.
Like, just reading.
Yeah.
Now they be dressed like they have on like sweatsuits and shit, like they'd have on shit like this, like all right, okay. So after I yell this, I run and throw him against the rope. Okay, all right, I got it. So then I come, and then they come in. All
It
right.
must have been crazy to see at the time, though. You know. Yeah. You're like, this is some bullshit.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Yeah.
The reality shows came after.
Yes. Yeah. Seeing it at the time.
Yeah. So
Yes.
when I saw it, I was just like, oh man, because I knew it wasn't real. Like they wasn't really punching each other. But I was like, oh, this shit ain't nothing but a soap opera, a fighting soap opera. That's all this shit is.
Yeah, absolutely.
And then after seeing reality shows, after seeing reality shows and they behind the scenes, I'm like, them two wrestlers just beat the shit out of each other. Now they're hanging backstage half hour like, yo, great headlock tonight, Bob. You really, where you had, you came across with the flying body drop. I was like, yo, that is new, man. I'm like, yeah. I grew up thinking that shit was real because, I grew up watching.
Yeah,
I grew up on the old school. I don't know if you're from the era that I grew up with, like Roddy Piper, Wahoo McDaniels.
Yeah, I've heard that.
Dusty Rose, Iron Sheik, the Road Warriors.
Iron Sheik is Iranian, which is hilarious.
And
representing for us out there.
Jake the Snake. It was just, we grew up on those. I still remember going to the Asheville Civic Center with my aunt and going to watch fucking wrestling.
Oh, wow. Yeah, so you went and saw it. Wow.
I was into it when I was younger. Then when I got older, I was like, man, this is some bullshit. You ain't even hitting each other. He ain't bleeding. That's a cap.
Right.
One of those cap. He just, then you bleed.
Yeah.
Yeah, once you look behind the curtain, it kind of fucks you up.
Yeah. Yeah.
I've been all over the place on topics tonight. I'm sorry.
No, that's
Thanks
good.
for everybody that's watching at home if you're still watching.
Oh, yeah, the bag is out. Let's see. Yeah. Jay's right. We exposed professional wrestling for the first time.
Ever. Yeah, we're the real breaking news in this bitch.
That's still very funny to me.
Oh, those were topics I had for another.
Yeah. And I was like, oh, okay, headlock. Got the headlock.
Yeah, that's what it was. I'm telling you, when I saw it, I was like,
so funny. Yeah, how you feeling on time? You want to call it? You feeling?
I think that was a good. What are we looking like? We're an hour in. Yeah, hour 22. Yeah, I think that's a nice little run, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, I appreciate you coming by, man, and having these conversations. These are fun conversations.
Yeah.
You get to come and check out the House of Hyjinx, and sometimes I'm always talking to people you should know, or people you know, or people you should know. I think I'm one of those people, so I guess that kind of works out.
Yeah.
So, and you asked some good questions.
Oh, thank you. Hey.
So next time we're gonna do this again. We'll be back here Sundays. We're gonna be doing this a lot, live a lot. I'll be doing my interviews, and we'll have Esau here doing some interviews with me and just talking about my life growing up. Actually, this is fun because he's learned a lot about me that he didn't even know. So he's learning shit about childhood and everything. So
yeah, learning how to steal money from my job.
Yeah,
it's true. Yeah.
Yeah. So this is our version of 90 Day Fiance.
90-day friendship.
Friendship, yeah.
That's a French pronunciation. Yeah.
90 Day Friendship. He's gonna learn everything about me in 90 days.
Yeah. This is day 3 now.
Yeah, this is day 3.
Damn, we got a lot of days.
And we still got a lot of shit to cover. Got a lot of shit to cover. But this has been fun. Thanks, everybody, for tuning in at home. If you got a chance to tune in, again, thank my man Esau for being here and being a part of this. Also, thank our producer back there, DJ Wildchild. Thank you, DJ Wildchild, for pushing the buttons and holding it down and zooming in the camera and playing the music and answering the people on the talk board. You are the greatest, Wildchild.
Dun, dun.
All right, but thank y'all for tuning in. We'll be back here next Sunday to do this again. Make sure y'all tune in for the House of Hyjinx, the place where I talk to people you know or people you should know. Thank y'all for tuning in, and we're out this bitch.
Ooh.
Oh, okay. That's okay. You can just mute us.
Yeah, what's the theme song?